Hello everyone, this is Mark Malloy and I'm going to tell you how important and how beneficial recovery runs are and how not everybody seems to be getting the idea. I was reading up about it, HIIT, high intensity interval training, and I think it's really stupid. It says you should just do high intensity intervals full out 10-15 minutes a day, and I think that's ridiculous. You have to be doing a lot of easy exercise if you want to really run fast in the long run, especially over longer distances. And I'll tell you about a story about how recovery run can benefit you, and it benefited me. So I think this was ages ago. I think January or February. I was doing a session morning. I was doing mile repeats, and my groin was a bit sore by the end of it. And I did my easy runs Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I was feeling good. So then on Wednesday, I was training with my club again, and we were supposed to do a session. So we did the warm up, some stretching drills, then started doing a few strides, and my groin started to really hurt then. And then I knew there and then that I just couldn't do the session. It was just out of the question. I had to drop out. So instead of doing the session with the lads, I just did an easy run on my own. I just ran around. I was doing mostly easy recovery pace, but my coach told me to try to do a little bit of steady pace, which is kind of moderate, 6:20, 6:30 mile pace. Might do a little bit of it at that pace, maybe 3-4 miles. I'd say most of it was recovery run stuff. What I'll be doing is a mile steady, mile easy, that type thing. And then the next day I was doing a 10-mile recovery run, and my plan was to do 10 miles, I said earlier, at 8-minute mile pace. When I started running, my groin was really sore, so I just ended up limping along. So I think I did the first mile like 9:35 or something, which is very slow. But after that, my groin started to settle, and I quickly got down to 8-minute mile pace for the rest of the run, which is what I wanted for that recovery run. It's what I was aiming for that day. And I did. Then on Friday, I did 5-mile recovery run. Forget that. But then on Saturday, I was doing another session. I started doing my own because my dodgy groin felt like it wouldn't be worth going up to Marley. I mightn't be able to keep up with the lads. It might be a little bit awkward. It'd be unpredictable considering the way I was. So I did some mile repeats at Kilboggan Park, 10 miles in total, 6 by a mile, 4 miles easy, part of the warm-up, cool down, and the recoveries in between. And it worked better this time. I did all of them apart from one, just under 6 minutes, which is a good improvement on the Wednesday. And that shows that how effective the recovery runs are. So instead of just like a lot of people just doing nothing on the Thursday and the Friday, saying, I need to rest it up, I actually went out and ran. And I think resting is not recovery. Resting is just a waste of time. I think, you have to rest sometimes, but doing nothing all day, that's just a waste. Especially if you're doing that regularly, it's not going to work. I think if you want to recover, you have to train, you have to move. And a lot of people will be saying a 9:35 mile for a guy who's aiming to run 5k in 15 minutes, the 3k in 8:45, and the 1500 in 4:10 is no good. It's just a junk mile, waste of a mile. It's just no good. People say, why would you bother doing that? You might as well do nothing. That's what some people say. That's certainly what my dad would say. But I don't see how that's a junk mile, but considering it helped my groin be more loose so I could eventually speed up and go faster. It was like a warm-up. It was like the injury I had, it wasn't an injury, it was a groin, I pulled the groin, that I needed to warm myself up for a recovery run because of that, and I normally wouldn't have to, but that was just because of what I had, the groin injury problem. And so I did yet again recovery run Tuesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then by the next Wednesday I did a good session. I forget what I did, but I definitely remember it was a good session. I did very well that day. So I think those recovery miles are very good if you want to avoid injury, because if you're doing that HIIT crap, what you'll be doing is you'll be at the start, when you're doing that high intensity interval stuff, you'll have no base. What happens is you'll make huge improvements in the short run, and you'll think that it's great, and it's really not. You're just gonna burn out. You're gonna get injured. You're gonna get back running. You missed a lot of training. You'll be unfit. You get back to it again. You'll reach the high level fitness dip. You'll just keep going up and down like this, going up and down, and going nowhere. That's a waste. If you do what I do, do a few weeks of base building, just moderate runs, and then start building in sessions, recovery runs. The way I do, I did a plan. I did a training plan in one of my videos, the earlier videos, on how I train. It'll be more consistent. It'll be like, be going up, making improvements, slowly. Then you might have a dip because you've taken a 2-week break. That's normal. Use a good bit of fitness, and then, which is part of the plan, and base building again, up, slow improvements, be steady improvements all the time. So you won't have any of the big, massive improvements early on, then fall back. That's what. And my dad's not the only person who disagrees with the easy miles. I mean, I've got a coach who tells me to do 6:30 mile pace in the recovery runs, which is just mental, honestly. That's not recovery running. I think a recovery run has to be at least 2.5 minutes per mile slower than your 5k best time per mile. So if you can run 5k at 5-minute mile pace, then I'd say never go under 7:30 at any stage in the run. I'd say even 8:30 be okay as well. So just keep it within that range, nice and easy. And yeah, I think that is the secret to not getting injured. It's not really a secret. It shouldn't be a secret. It should be common sense. But a lot of people just don't seem to know for some reason. Don't know why they're so ignorant. I personally think in this day and age, everybody would know it. I mean, in Kenya, I'll tell you something about Kenya. I was reading about a group of Kenyan athletes. They ran 3.3 kilometers to get somewhere to do a track session. And they did that in 18 minutes. That's something like 8:45 mile pace. And these guys are the best in the world. They're only going 8:45 mile pace in. Some people in Ireland would think that's a waste of time, but obviously they're just way better than us. And they say they're in 200-meter intervals. They're doing like 28 seconds. And I think they're doing it on the hill as well. So it's like the equivalent of 23, 24 seconds. They're running really fast. And then on the cool down the way home, some of them were so tired they walked it. So honestly, like my dad would be saying to me that all these long runs, these slow runs, they'll slow me down. But the Kenyans do it. They don't seem to be slowing down. They're way better than us. In Ireland, we're all fucking shit. Honestly, sure. The standard is just crap. So few people qualifying for the Olympics, the World Championships. We're nowhere near up to that standard. And yeah, if I ask other athletes, they all seem to be going. A lot of them seem to be going fast in the recovery runs, and it's not doing them any good. Like I know an athlete. I'm not going to mention his name. He ran a 14:11 5k. I think maybe it was 14:14. Well, that's very good. But he told me he does 6-minute miles in the recovery runs. That's way too fast. I think 14% remaining. Yeah, going low on charge, so I'm not gonna have a huge amount of time. So yeah, but anyway, so what's 14:14? That's like 14:35 mile pace. So I think 4:35 mile pace, 7:05. I think he should never go below that. If I think he'd be way better off just keep around 7:30 and see 7:05 those the mark. You just don't go below. So anyway, that wraps up this video. I'm just going to tell you that those guys at HIIT, those guys just want to make money. They don't really care about the athletes themselves. They're just in it to make money. And these people are brainwashed. They seriously have something wrong with them if they think that doing high intensity intervals, no easy training is going to do them any good. It's not. It's just going to get them injured. They might do that for running. High intensity interval training for running. They'll just get more and more injuries. They'll be fucked for life and be gone. And then they might do that for something else. They might try cycling. And then the cycling must be fecked up. And then, I don't know, they might just... Okay, they might get away with it in swimming. I've heard of Michael Phelps. He does like 2 interval sessions a day and 1 easy long swim. So, yeah, due to the lack of gravity in there, yeah, I think you might get away with it in there. But honestly, yeah, if you want to be doing interval training every single day, I think swimming is worth it. Do something underwater, not on land, because it's just too much gravitational force, too much stress in the legs, too much stress everywhere. It's not the way to go, man. It's just not the way to go. Alright, and yeah, I think that wraps it up. No, it doesn't. I was just gonna say I'm going to mention that I do a course in Sally Noggin. Next year, I'll be progressing the second year, where you can either do personal training and strength conditioning, or you can do personal training and massage. And all these people at massage, even though all they seem to be talking about is money, they're like, oh, I want to be making a certain amount of money, oh, money, 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 this, money, that, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, they don't seem to be talking about helping the people who come to them. They don't seem to be that fussed about them. So that I've never heard them talking about how they want to help people and improve their lives. So obviously that means they don't really care. They're just in it for the money. So watch out for those guys. They don't care about you. They really don't. And just go slow in the recovery runs. Small amount of high intensity training if you're able for it. Like, you know, they say for the 50, say for a few different distances, like the 1500, it's 80% aerobic, 20% anaerobic, which I would say is 80% of it would be easy or even recovery runs, and the last 20% is a high intensity. Yeah, and for 5k it's 84% aerobic, 16% anaerobic. So yeah, you know, that means 16% is high intensity and 84% easy recovery exercises or training. Yeah, because if you do too much of this high intensity stuff, what you're doing is just damaging the legs. You're getting all this lactic acid buildup. You're damaging the mitochondria, and it's not healthy. It's unhealthy, and it's bad for your sport because you're just gonna get bad injuries. And I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, so this is Mark Malloy. If anybody wants to leave a comment or anything, or give criticisms for any of my previous videos, it's fine. I like to hear criticisms, see what I'm doing wrong, or if anybody has any questions or would like to see me do a video on something, I'm open to that. And goodbye.